Maynard, welcome. No, I'm starting a few minutes early, but well, no idea what I'm going to chat about, how we're going to align this live. So, any questions, pop them in the comments. Let me know where you're from, tuning in from, and I don't know, whatever topics you guys want to talk about. I did have a nice question, but I don't remember. I'll see if I can remember it off of one of the videos I've done recently or the last live. I don't know. It's been a while, so. Anyways, Nature Infused Ash here, foraging with Bigfoot. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Anyways. This live show is brought to you by nature and the spirit of, hello Zach, nice to see you here. The spirit of just show up and see what happens. So we'll see what happens. Hey Zach. Anyways, lots is happening on the planet, as we know. So energy's high. The weather's extremely nice. So happy. So definitely getting out into the bush. Looks like I'll go out. Supposed to go out Saturday, but I just wasn't ready. So next weekend, head out to Deep Fast Wilderness, see what connections can be made, what is out in the bush, and just start connecting with the land. More so, Alberta has just started to come back to life. Dandelions are starting to pop up, which is nice. That's exciting. I love watching those flowers come about. So main worker, you gotta come out to Nia Bay. Yeah, it looks spectacular. The forest there looks abundant, like so much. It's like luxurious nature for sure, you guys. It's beautiful down there. Yeah, got to get my passport. I have never gotten a passport, so it's my first step. And going to a government building, oh, it's not something I look forward to. So, Zach, you haven't gotten out yet much? No. Well, I mean, you live in Alberta, so you understand it's not completely. And we get busy too, right? A lot started in Maine, I bet. You know, if you go out to BC, you're going to find a lot more abundance, as it's already, you know, alive there. Here in Alberta, we're probably, I'd say, 6 months behind the rest of the world, but it's not true. I'd say a couple months at least. And this year's been a slower start anyways. So yeah, definitely a slower start. I was already wearing shorts this time last year, so I don't know. Crept out. Hello, what's new and exciting? New and exciting? Well, it's finally, you know, unthawed, so we can start getting out. Went to the river last week and starting to connect with the water elements, Mother Nature, really connecting to the earth, right? The earth energies, the trees. The trees have been calling, oh, like, so, like, they call me, and it's like, I gotta go. And this part of Alberta, it's not really, it's definitely prairie land. It's not my hot spot. Sometimes I wonder why I'm still in this part of Alberta and I don't go back to the Edmonton area. I just find it so much more abundant out there. And Drayton Valley and Nordegg area is nice too. So, new and exciting, nothing. What's new is going to be next weekend, so I'll definitely do some video being out there, see what we can create in that reality when we leave this matrix and go to the mountains. So I do look forward to that, see what happens. So I haven't really connected with Sabe. How do you find Edmonton more exciting? well, I've never lived in Edmonton. I lived in the surrounding area, Spruce Grove, Fallis, White Court, and there is way much there's way more in that area. Like the lakes are abundant. There's forests. Like I can find mushrooms, like medicinal mushrooms everywhere. I can't find that here. It's prairie unless I go like to the mountains, and that becomes challenging. It takes, you know, an hour to 3 hours to get somewhere, and it's not even abundant. Like I like a forest that has like a lot of the medicinal mushrooms, or in a birch forest. I love birch, and I can then collect chaga. So I definitely like more northern Alberta. It kind of reminds me of BC that way. I have found it, more humid, and people are like, "Oh, that's not true." It's like, "Yep, I grew up in this part, so I'm a chaga collector. Yep, me too. I love it. I love it for all the benefits, and I always find turkey tail out in that area as well. And I like the birch. I feel like that's a tree I definitely am connected to. And then, the pine, the Douglas fir I'm getting used to. Was never really called to the Douglas fir. I like the pine, the spruce, but I do like my leafy trees. And I know there's a specific name for them, but I don't remember. Maynard, I have been rock hounding in several streams, gravel pits on one of the mountains near me. Send in multiple spots, watchers watching. See, that's awesome. Yeah. I guess when I head out west towards the Cochrane area, Brad Creek, I was guided to stop in the Elbow River. And okay, so this is an interesting story. I didn't post anything on it. I did take a video, but never made it to YouTube. So last year, if you guys remember, it's called Bigfoot near the city or something. Bigfoot on your doorstep or in your neighborhood. I don't know, but I found tree breaks on the way to work outside the city. So I was driving by there the other day, and there was this weird object gently placed on the tree, and I'm like, I turn around, my daughter's like, "What are you doing?" I have to go check this out, because that's where the tree breaks are. So I've had interaction there, and I can feel the energy. It's very weird. And I touched this, I didn't really touch it, I just wanted to see how it was placed on the tree. Like it was barely hanging on, and it's been windy, so it was odd that this object was just hanging there. And all of a sudden, I went to go like look under, and it fell, so I caught it, and all of a sudden my arm started getting very irritated and red, and it's like, oh, that's weird. My daughter's like, never touch stuff in the wilderness. She watches all those paranormal kids on YouTube and stuff, that ghosts and stuff. Anyways, as I was driving towards Brad Creek, there's an elbow. It's called Little Elbow or Elbow River. I don't know. And I heard Spirit say, pull over. And I can really feel Sasquatch's energy in that area. And I said, okay, I'll pull over. I rinsed my arms off, and then I cleansed myself with the water, and it felt so soft. And all of a sudden I just felt light as could be. It's like they wanted me, so it's like Sasquatch was guiding me to stop. So I connected at the tree breaks. They wanted me to stop in the water, so I stopped, and it was amazing. Like I wish I was wearing shorts so I could jump in the water. It was amazing. It was cold, and it was nice, and it was like they said, finally you connected with the water element. And you can, this is, now you gotta, where I live and in that Brad Creek area, it's a direct line straight to where, I've interacted with Jane and all the ones from that Todd has brought about. So I've been in alignment with them my whole life. So when I got to that area, I just lit up. And I know they keep calling me, just stop here and follow the river up. Just further off the highway, further away from where everyone's working. And I can just feel them there. It's like, come out, come out, come out. It's like, okay. So Mike. Hi, Mike. East of Winnipeg in cottage country, where our friends are close by. Awesome. I have family out in the Winnipeg area. I wouldn't know which direction. It's been a lot of years since I've been out in that area. But a lot of family in that area. Yeah, anyways, have you, Mike, I guess this would be a question for you. Have you connected, like, how do you connect with Sasquatch and the land when interacting with Sasquatch? Julie, I've been wanting to leave a gift under my special tree in my backyard, even though I live in a suburban area, wondering if they could receive it. I think so. Okay, so like back in whatever month that was, when, unless Todd was like totally pranking me, but I can't see it. And I heard, because I hear Sasquatch and all of a sudden I'll be guided. But he found that they literally, and again, if they're an elemental, they went into his room, they reached his, into our reality or cloaking, however, it doesn't matter. Like, they just have abilities. And they reached into it, into his room, wherever the rock was, grabbed it and put it outside on the tree. So, and that was like in the middle of the city. So, Julie, I believe if the right intentions are there and you're really interacting with them, it'll happen. It will like, yeah, it's crazy. And I mean, I guess because I haven't really been going, you hit that kind of like that, well, myself anyways, I hit this cognitive dissonance where it's like, it's been a while since I've been out in the deep, vast wilderness, and it's like I'm coming out of hibernation, where you're trying to really gain that connection again, even though they're playing with gifts and stuff in my backyard. Out here, they haven't done it for a while, so it's like, gets, you know, it's hard for me not to lose faith or stop believing and stuff like that, but it's just those little things. They might leave something or somehow just move it just a little to see if you notice. They're that way. Notice what you notice, and it might not be something big. Maynard, a fresh tree break in late March here. I stood in the same spot as I felt he broke it. Nice. Grabbed it the same way that it would have been broken. Instantly connected to one of who did it. Instant see. Yeah, see, isn't that amazing when you get results like that? I've done that, and all of a sudden it's like I could see exactly what was happening. That was like that time I stuck my foot in Jane's footprint, and I went in, and she like, it's like she showed me, like, went through mind speak, telepathy, like, I don't know, they're all kind of interlinked. And I saw her, I felt her emotion, she showed me her emotion, I felt it, and I was like, whoa. And then I could see how she was going through the forest and the energy that she was in when she was going through that. It was powerful experience. And I've had that too, touching a tree break in the exact same way that I perceived that they broke it, and I could feel the energy. And again, Maynard, you're connecting to the energy and stuff, right? So as the more you do that, the more you connect, and they connect with you, and you follow that energy. Zach, I just got 3 big crystal singing bowls to see if they will like them. Nice. I still just have my one little crystal singing. Nope, it's not even a crystal. I don't know. It's some kind of just a bowl. I've been guided to do a lot of the crystals, to bring them out, and to actually, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of devas. Someone said connect to the devas. They live in the trees, so they're kind of like fairies, I guess, because I can really see the energy within trees. They'll light up. So it's interesting. You saw the one who broke it. Yeah, see, that's cool. They love music. Will return with knocks or rock clacking. See, and that's where I got sound bowls. And I'll play more, like, I won't play outrageously loud music. I find, well, all music has a vibration, right? And they can feel that too. This nice pine needle in my tea. Anyways, yeah. So that's about it. What else? I don't know. I want one of those hand pan instruments. I'm not sure what a hand pan instrument is. I was wanting a drum, or one of those didgeridoos. I don't know what the heck they're called, but they're like those long tubes. I think that would be so cool to bring out think I find, or I can hear them say, yeah, we'd really like that. I actually invited fairies to my tree. Awesome. See, in Julie, what they like shiny objects. And supposedly chocolate. I wouldn't say any kind of chocolate, but you know, that people have said, oh, try doing this, hanging jewelry in trees like crystals and stuff. So that's where, again, was it when I found that object in the bush on the way to the out west, it was like, okay, I was told to work with the deva, start hanging stuff in the trees that are like shiny and decorating, and they do love blue. That's correct. And that's where one of the expeditioners last year had like a little blue, I'm not wearing my jacket, a little blue, I don't know, it's like a little bead or something. They're always playing with that. So it's really cool that they do that. So I have little stones that are blue. Lapis lazuli is what I bring out and try to engage with. My son plays keyboard or saxophone for them. Nice. Zach, it's like a metal drum that has different size flat spots on it. Oh, okay, I think I know what you mean. Yeah, you hit it with your hands. Very nice sound. Okay, yeah, I know what you mean. I've seen those. Didgeridoo can be out of any tube long enough. Oh, really? A didgeridoo, whatever, you guys. Oh, cool. I just find that the sound is so, and I've been told that it's like one of the oldest sounds around. So I don't know. But I want to try it. Kind of an odd question here, but what is your ancestry? Eastern Europe? Yeah, Eastern Europe. Yeah, so my dad's side is like England and from that area, and then you got Austria and it's Austria and something else. Polish, I believe. Nope, that's not it. I don't know. I'd have to go ask my mom on that one, but it's so hard to, I don't remember. But it's definitely Austria is so one side of the family, like my dad's side of the family is Hungarian. No, I've not heard that one. Thumb piano is nice too. A thumb piano. Thumb piano. Okay, I'm gonna have to look some of these instruments up. A thumb piano. Kind of like see, when I think of a piano, I think about pushing it. A thumb piano. Yeah, I'll have to look up that one. But yeah. So anyways, back to what I was talking about. I don't know. Sorry, I'm so like out of touch with what to talk about on awakening humanity alongside Bigfoot. I'm born American, but my ancestry is French Canadian with some Cree. Yeah, see, I know. Look, a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're this." It's like, nope, I'm not. I'm not. Like, I was born Canadian, but people would look at yeah. Anyways, enough about that. Elementals, tell me about it, please. Elementals. Right, so I believe, or this is how I'm starting to perceive stuff, when I look into the elementals, even Bigfoot, supposedly, I can see it being an elemental, let's say the top of the elemental realm. So we live in a realm of, whatever this realm is. You could say, hello, nice to see you, Vernon52. I know you have to go to bed. It's nice to see you. Thank you for showing up for a minute or two. Anyways, back to the elementals. I think because they kind of like, let's say we live here, we're in this reality, the Matrix, we're a frequency of 400, and they want to keep us locked at 400. So, they do stuff with music, television, all that kind of stuff to keep us stuck at 400. Now, elementals, let's say, are at like 405. So they're just like a little higher consciousness. So it's kind of like look past the veil. So you got like devas, fairies. I guess like you could, that you can 440 hertz see, and that's not really a good one. That's that that whole story, I could go talk a long time about the 440. So right, go to 432 or 417 or 528, whatever that is, 639. Those types of frequencies are going to be different, right? So the elementals, and then supposedly like at the top of the elemental, and I really resonate with this as it being Bigfoot at the top of the elementals. Then you got the fairies, right? And then you got like the devas, and I don't know if you'd really call gnomes, like I've never really done much research on gnomes, so I'm just gonna stick with some of the ones, but they live in that other frequency, just a little bit higher than, let's say, ours. But as we as individuals raise our frequency, then we're gonna raise the collective's frequencies, and then as we go up, even with like what's happening with the solar, we're all going up. We'll finally kind of cohabitate with that frequency, and I think we do when we go out into the bush, right? You're not at that, you're higher in frequency because you're surrounded by so much nature, and that is going to bring your frequency up, right? So the elementals, you know, they protect the land, just kind of like what Sasquatch would do, like there to protect. Yeah, 432, the miracle tone, exactly. So they protect the land, and they, you know, look after the trees. So they're just different individuals, right? The elementals within the trees. But like I see, and this is where again is Sasquatch an elemental, and I can believe because I can look back with just my experiences when I first connected, like when I really connected with Sasquatch's energy and I felt it and I saw it. I call it like sparkly gold type of energies, and they're like little energies, kind of like a sparkler on a birthday cake, and you see all those sparkles. That's kind of how I perceived Sasquatch when I was first introduced. But now, when you look at it, like when I look at a tree, all of a sudden it'll glow, like it'll light up. And that's kind of like the elemental. So you're going, it's coming into their frequency. So it could be fairies. Like fairies, my experiences with fairies is mushrooms. Like they like the mushrooms. Where there are lots of mushrooms, because you know they'll use those as houses and stuff like that. More of the leafy trees, I find the fairies, for myself, will be more in the leaf trees. And then again, like, are the devas going to be more in the pines and the firs and the spruces? Maybe. But yeah, I find, and then the elementals again. The elementals are your earth, your fire, your water, your air. Those are elements too. So you want to connect to the elemental beings, connect to the elemental realm of nature, right? So you got the tree and Mother Earth. That's, you know, like those are going to be your elements. The water is going to be an element, water element. It's the feminine energy, right? So those are other elementals that are more physical, we could say, other than, you know, like those are the physical elements that'll help you come in touch with elementals like not Tinkerbell, but like fairies and devas and Sasquatch, right? Because you're getting into that frequency. So not 528, that's Leonard Horowitz mistranslation of the Pythagorean tone. It isn't a sacred number of frequency. Interesting. See, and that's why maybe why I'm not really drawn to that. Interesting. Because I find like it doesn't, when I have listened to it, I have found that it doesn't do much for me. So maybe I just learned something. That's why. And again, how does it feel when you're listening to it? Is it uplifting, you know? That's like any kind of music. And it's really hard to be in environments that listen to that weird, like, that frequency is a distortion to myself, right? It's like, no, I can't listen to it. It's too distorted, because your frequency is completely different than that, you know, that song's frequency. Julie, I wish we could cohabitate with them the way the Native Americans did. I would ask them if that's even possible given the time we live in. Well, yeah. Who knows? You know, this world's there's so many different ways we can create reality right now, and I just take it, I can't, like, I don't do, I'm totally cut off from, you know, mainstream anything. What is mainstream? Like, no, I'm totally, I feel like I'm so, like when people go, oh, do you drink? What do you want to drink? It's like, no, I just drink water and, you know, my happy juice and my teas, my herbal teas, and the only ferment I might drink is kombucha, and I can probably get a little tipsy off of kombucha because, you know, and then I feel like, oh, and I don't like using the what's wrong with you or what's right with you, that you are so different, that I feel like I'm such a weirdo because I don't do these other things and smoke, you know, cigarettes. I don't smoke marijuana. I don't smoke CBD, like that CBD oil people talk about, you know, so I feel like a weirdo and I belong out in nature all the time. And it's, you know, like, I don't know, I find it challenging because there's not a lot of people that might not, they don't appreciate, well, not like I do. Like, I love nature so much. I would be so happy to just disconnect. Like, I love, don't get me wrong, I love being able to do my lives and be able to learn stuff and do that kind of stuff. But I would spend 24/7 during the summer out in the bush. I'd be so happy with that. Alan, hey Ash, hey Alan, have you ever experienced vehicle problems near a Bigfoot activity area that cleared up so you left the area? Almost like they was an interference or something. Vehicle problems near a Bigfoot activity area that cleared up as soon as you left. So I have not seen that with big equipment, more so with more like phones, GoPros, that type of stuff I've seen interference with for sure, because the generators have been fine. Vehicles, but I mean, if they don't want you in a certain area, I would definitely see them maybe interfering. And then, you know, why are they interfering? Why is that person, you know, going into that area? Do they know, like, and depending, like, I don't know if this is you that this happened to, so, you know, what did they, or they wanted to perceive how you were going to react, right? So, because I have a lot of people going and telling me, like, because I put like stickers on my propane and stuff, and just to engage into people who will have some kind of, it's just my marker of finding who's kind of on the same wavelength. And I had this guy say, no man, they led me out of the bush. They literally, I would have been lost, I would have been dead, and they led me out of the bush. So I can see that it can happen, because I wouldn't say no, it wouldn't happen. I can say yes, but then, you know, I would go, well, then why aren't they affecting like logging equipment and stuff? It's more like electronics. And I guess the vehicle, the newer it is, the more electronics it has in it, right? So it's a good question. Damien, I'm in the center of Fairy's homeland, Ireland. Nice. Yeah, I bet you, yeah. You have some high energy land over there in Ireland. Beautiful. Mike, hopefully this isn't too negative. Do some give bad vibes? I've heard some are different that way, and that's what is the plan if you found yourself in danger. And what is the plan if I found myself in danger? So I mean, if they want to take you and do whatever, I mean, I don't think anyone can stop them. Unless, like, I drive in my vehicle. That's like the only plan I have, is to hop in my vehicle and then drive. And, you know, are they powerful enough to stop my vehicle and take me out? I can't see them. I mean, I can see them maybe intimidating to get you out of that area. But again, if they want something, I'm sure we can't stop them from doing it. Especially if it's from, you know, taking myself or putting myself in danger. Now, if I were to be in a situation, you can start to feel the energy. Like, let's say I was sitting there and I started to feel, how do I say this? Like, I want to say fear, but like it's going to be a different type of fear. It's not going to be that anticipation. You would maybe just look at indications leading up to the danger. So you would keep yourself out of the danger. So what are the signs so you don't fall in that danger where you are unable to escape or do something to prevent that? Again, I would probably just drive. Now, if I'm in the bush without my vehicle, and there's not much any of us can do. Like, I can be out with 3 other individuals and, you know, I guess I just don't think like that, and I'm going to want to go in with a feeling heart, connecting with nature and really feeling that. So the time I found myself, I would say, in danger. See, the crows are like, yep, that's right, was when I had an experience when I was on expedition with Leslie, and I was like, oh my goodness. And I looked at her and I said, I was like, I'm in danger. And it was weird though, because it was not by Sasquatch, it was from the whole experience. And I felt 2 of them go, you better help her out and get her out of that state right now. And it's like they zapped me back to this reality. So I would just, yeah, stay away if I came across bad vibes. And I would think you would be able to tell by the sound if they're destructive, you know, getting mad, throwing a lot of objects and stuff, right? A telltale sign, get out of here, is how I would perceive the energy. Damien, see my thumbnail pic, Wildman's Eye. It's extremely small, so I'd have to like go in and like, Julie, that's why I love you. That's why I love you too. I appreciate your energy, Julie. Thank you. Bradwick, they all saw what we did to Indian tribes for the past 2 centuries. Cohabitation is probably pretty far down their list. Well, exactly. And if we don't have self-respect or respect for one another, come on. So, I mean, if we, yeah, maybe like if we go back to Atlantis days, right? I don't know. Who knows? All we can do is flow, ebb and flow, wait it out, see what happens. You know, why, again, my question then would be, why are they coming out of the woodwork? Why are so many more people having interactions with them? Because they want us humans to wake up so we can stop destroying the planet. And that's on so many levels. So many levels. From the lies we're being fed to how we actually treat, you know, nature. It's so many different levels. Clean living is the way. Yeah, exactly. And respectful living. It's appreciation and respect. And if we must chop down the trees, well, can we do it in a ceremony and allow them to know what we're doing and ask their permission? We can. And, you know, people out there, the higher, I don't even, we'll call them the lower ones, they know. They know way more than they lead on. They already know your intent before you even enter the area. Absolutely they do. And I always go, can you just run across the road while I'm driving in? Just run across, or even just stop in the middle of the road, just so I can get used to really seeing you eye to eye like that. They still, and they go, oh, you're so funny, Ashley, it's not going to be that easy. I'm like, why not? Behind you, I don't know, birds, there was something. Could be a squirrel. That's a weird sound. Now the squirrel's talking to me because you said behind you. It's going, Murr. Yep, it's talking to me. It's funny. Hi Kim, sorry I meant to say hello and welcome. sad the one would feel weird because I'm not having an addiction. Laughing out, being addicted to nature. Good, great grief. Yeah, I know, being addicted to nature. You're such a weirdo. Just such a weirdo. And I love it. Like I tell people, you won't find anyone like me. There's only one of me. So paranormal. It's crazy. They will scare you, test you, read your intentions, stay cool, and say hello to them. Absolutely. And that's what they've done from day one. Respect them. Absolutely. All the things I do, and so much appreciation and respect. And for allowing them to know where my boundary is. Trying to get them, they want to engage with me, but they know I have that boundary. I am human, and they don't want to give me a heart attack, because some of those interactions have been so intimidating where it's like, yeah, if you were to appear, I would probably have a heart attack and I don't know what I'd do. So it's and I appreciate how they are respecting my boundaries as I respect their boundaries, and it's that back and forth, right? I flow, they flow. I ebb, they ebb, back and forth. And staying in coherence with body, mind, spirit, land, and really listening and tuning in. What do they want from me? How do they want me to approach a situation? Like when I go into the bush, I ask them, or I say, this is what I'm going to do. And if you provide me an image, and I mean, an image would just be just for fun content. I don't need to prove anything. There's nothing to prove. It's just recording and documenting my experiences, because I love sharing that. I love sharing nature and just what comes with it. And it's not just Sasquatch, it's everything that nature has to provide, and we provide to her as well, right? Some may have some hostility to humans due to our HX with them history, I'm guessing. I doubt Ash would have an issue with that. Thank you. Absolutely. Hello, Crow. Do it again, Crow, please. Right? He was getting mad at me earlier. It's like, are you listening? Oh, maybe because I was thinking about my live. It's like, oh, am I gonna do it? What am I gonna do? Being in the, and it's like, oh, I hear you. And as soon as I said, oh, hey, Crow, I hear you, and I went outside and said that to him, he totally was like quiet. I was like, yeah, I knew that was for me. Black helicopter. Black helicopter. My story of the black helicopter, or I'm not sure what the black helicopter is. It's a conversation with all that is. Yes, exactly. Maynard, they are probably seeing who's worth saving and who's too far gone. Oh, I like that. Right? Yeah. And there's a lot of people that are too far gone. And that's judging. No judging here, Ashley. And it's, some people are just so completely disconnected, and I don't want to say empathy, sympathy. I can understand. And we'll look at the world we've grown up with, and I'm blessed to have been so connected to nature due to the fact of how I was brought up. Like, I love nature. It was my go-to. Still is my go-to. It's amazing. But I agree, some people are going to be way too far gone, and it is what it is, and all we can do is wish them well, and Mother Nature will then take care of that, right? For sure. So like they say, to thrive, and who is going to survive or thrive through what's going on? It's the people who are connected, right? Like all of you, and having that open mind and being able to discern our own truth and connecting to nature, and making the higher evolved choices, because we are smart, and we should be able to up level for sure. And that's where, again, oh, maybe we're talking about sixth senses. Oh, I wish I could remember the guy. He said, well, maybe we have more sixth senses. More than that. It was more like seven senses, and they're just tapped into their seven senses or something. It was interesting. Sorry, I don't remember. Have seen black helicopter stalking you in the woods. Yes. Multiple times. I think they stalk everyone everywhere. But especially last summer, there was some, yeah. We know exactly what they were doing. Okay, well, I did, and the people that were tuned in would have an idea of what was actually going on. And like, there's no denying. So I don't like when people be like, oh no, they were just there for that. It's like, no, don't be so ignorant to the fact that this is true. The topic we're doing right now is like something they do not want to have happen. This is why it's taken me so long to get out of the penalty box on YouTube. Okay, like, I've had to tone it down. Bad girl, can't do that. When you speak truth, that's probably a word that's going to get me censored. So, whoops. Oh well. But yeah, I've seen there's a lot of black ones, even people that have all of a sudden just appeared in the middle of nowhere, not even dressed in conservation officer clothing, more like Men in Black, you know. Definitely weird actions, and it's because they don't want us to discover ourselves and the other things in the woods. So, nature's way by spirit, absolutely. Boom, or just asleep right now. Yeah, same, shadow band. Oh, I'm gonna have to check you have a YouTube, Damien? Because if so, I will definitely go and find that and check your stuff out. But yeah, shadow ban, it kind of sucks because you're only gonna know your true fans when you show up and you start posting stuff. But it is what it is, and we just got to keep shining, right? And outshine the shadow, or outshine the darkness, and just keep making our lights bigger and bigger and bigger, so it all just consumes all of them. Yeah. Interesting. Me too. Even Instagram, I'm like, okay, I used to be able to push like into the hundreds, and now it's like 10, and I'm like, never give up truth. Absolutely. Sad they think we're that ignorant. Yeah. Or they're mad because we're not, and we stand up for the truth and, talk about and shed light on things that they don't want. And, that's it's definitely what Ashley is all about. If you were to come and meet Ashley in physical form, you'd be like, yep, that's exactly it. Everything that they say, do this, I go that way. No way. And like a lot of people go, well, what do you do? Like, my kid is not in normal lizard. Yeah, exactly. Those cute little lizards that live on the beaches and in the forests. I know what you mean, but I agree. But just doing the hard thing to just keep shining our lights, and it can be challenging for sure. That's why I like joining you guys here, because we all know what's going on. We had drones and helicopters visiting us when doing that work with Dr. Greer. Yeah, we just waved at them. Well, exactly, and that's what I do. I mean, not much else we can do. We know you're here, and we know what you're doing and trying to scare us. Well, that was like the last expedition I went out with. The last time anyone was in that deep wilderness was all of a sudden this ranger out of nowhere pulls us over. I'm like, what's up? She's like, so what are you girls doing out here? We're like, we're just camping. And she's looking like there's nothing, like it made no sense. And then she's, are you hunting? There's bears out here and all of that, but the bears are hibernating because it's winter. And she said there's one grizzly on the loose. What the heck? I'm like, is that what you're hiding? And that's what you wanted me to say? I should have said, oh no, I saw some Sasquatch back there, but I just kept my mouth shut so they wouldn't know, because sometimes I'll play the game too. But my friend, after she leaves, she's like, was that a robot? Because she was totally like a robot. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. It was the weirdest situation. Like, how did you know? I get hunting was pretty much over. So whether she wanted to know that we were hunting, it was like, and trying to scare us. I said, well, I saw no proof of bears, no tracks, no scat, none of this. And she's looking at me like, oh, it's like, yep. We totally saw some underground stuff. There was holes into the ground and some weird other stuff, but that's about it. Then we asked her about a species we didn't know. We wanted her to identify it, the species, and she's like, I don't know what that is. I'm like, but you're a conservation officer. You should know your fishing, you know, your wild game and your fishing and stuff like that. And she's like, no, I don't know what that is. Oh, okay. She's like, that looks like a rare species. Yeah. Anyways, good night, open-minded. Awesome. Good night, Damien. And problem is I'm telling all of my co-workers and families so word is spreading. Well, I hope they're open, Julie, because, you know, you hit that cognitive dissonance and it's like it goes poof right over their head, or it's like you meet them at the wall and they want to fight. And as soon as someone wants to fight, I go, nope, no thank you. I'm not going to try to push something upon you. But that's like my dad. He's been since all of this. He tells everyone at his work. And it's just like, they all just think he's a little bit tinfoil hat, you know. Ashley is pure light. Thank you, Kim. Lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my. Exactly. Oh my. I would not want to run into a kitty cat. No, thank you. 3 a.m. in Ireland. Working at 6:30. Oh no, yep. Go to bed. Good night. Sweet dreams. 369 all the way. Girls camping alone. What? I know, right? What? She was totally confused. Totally confused. Didn't understand. And like there's like snow on the ground. I mean, I had a really nice fire. It took some work to get, but don't worry, Ashley can get that fire going no matter what. I've always had people go, you know, I've been camping all my life through any kind of winter conditions, and I've had men go, how'd you do that? You know, start small and work up. It's just magic. They're like, oh, okay, it is. It's just a gift. And maybe it's because I'm a fire sign too, right? So you just blow that fire out. Just kidding. I live by, if it's your time, then it's your time. If not, live on. Woody will. Holy cow is going to ask any Bigfoot sightings. Yes, I have had 5 Bigfoot sightings. And I mean, they're all just fast. Fast and at a distance. Some have been without glasses and not okay. So don't think, oh, I'm seeing something. To the extent of where I'd want to see it. Like I could see when it was pointed out to me, I saw the object on top of the hill take 2 steps towards the apple. And that was mind-blowing. They seem to catch me in the odd times, like, oh, is Ashley paying attention? Because I was looking up the hill when we were stuck in a snowdrift, or I don't know. And everyone was busy with the truck, and I was there with the dog, and I looked up the hill, and I saw a black object. And it, because of the way they seem to appear for me, is they stop or they'll come out of the bush and then go back in. And the dog saw it, and I saw it, and she looked like, And I was like, yeah, that was totally a Sasquatch just because of the behavior. It wasn't a bear. I've seen plenty of bears. The other one was by the fire. It was more of a silhouette because of the, it was just, I could see like the outline. So it's like me standing, but it'd be me black. You could see the outline of the Sasquatch. And other than that, I've heard a lot of vocals and interactions. So, yes. Some humans are programmed to point of being robotic, definitely. Well, yeah, and then are they just here to fill in, what are they called? Non-player characters? PC? There's an abbreviation. I'm not good with abbreviations of what's going on in this world today. NPC, non-player character. I don't know. I'm sure one of you know. I'm off like a dirty sock. Have a wonderful evening. Good night. You as well, crept out. What was she doing out there alone? Well, yeah, the fishing and wildlife girl. I don't know. Pulling people over. Pulling me and my friend over because she was a robot. I don't know. She just, that's what I said. A woman out, like, even if you're a conservation officer in the deep vast wilderness by yourself, I thought it was a little weird. Yeah, there was a lot of weirdness around that for sure. She the female ranger. Yeah. Oh my, I guess it's okay to be in the woods as a female if you are the ranger because the uniform will protect. Exactly. Exactly. And her bear spray. No one has yet pushed back. Maybe they think I'm nuts. Yeah, well, no, it's because you just know the truth. That's how I feel, Julie. That's why it's like when people are like, my brother and his wife are visiting, and they're like, "Oh, what do you want to drink?" And I'm like, "I don't drink." Well, and then they start naming these weird names. I'm like, "I don't even know what you're asking me." She's like, "Oh, thank goodness." I'm like, "Yeah, smoke weed. You do this." I'm like, "Nope, none of it. Maybe some kombucha. Kombucha is good." But just, it's okay to be a weirdo. I own it. I like being different, and some people just need to wake up their families, and us being different and what we call nuts, black sheep, we're here to bring the light in and change the people, right? So, or help them see the truth by us shining our lights, which you're doing, Julie. I could see a vague outline when we were out that night, but those green eyes, wows. Yeah, I mean, that was definitely an experience. I could definitely feel the ones that were calling me on the right of where Kim and I were when we were looking at the green eyes. Because you and I stayed back, but I was really drawn to whatever was, it's not whatever. I know it was Sasquatch trying to go, nope, stay here. This is your job. This is what you have to do, and allow those other two to go into the bush and do whatever they had to do for their own experience. Because again, everyone's going to have their own experience with Sasquatch, right? So in their own different ways. And I find a lot of what my experiences are and my lessons that they want me to really learn and integrate is the feeling, the telepathy, the mind speak, the knowing of where they want me to go, how they want me to proceed, and all of that. And really just that's, what they would like to see from me as much as Ashley, and working me up to that experience of seeing them like really physical. Because again, here comes what, year number 2, year number 3, and I'm going, I'm ready, but again, who's going to be in the environment? And they're not going to show themselves if I'm out with a lot of different energies, me and one other person. And one other person that's going to have this, that type of energy. So I could see a vague outline. Okay, we did. I get that too. Then what do you do? Is their question. Then what do you do? Is their question, right? Then what do you do? I don't know, because like you got physical people saying this is what they want from you. You have Sabe, telepathy, mind speak going, this is what we want from you. And it's like, I have that. How can I now find that balance of, I can't doubt what this person's telling me because I've seen a lot of truth And that's where having my trust for myself and having trust for the one that's saying no this, right? It's that back and forth. And it's challenging, you guys. It's so challenging. They're pushing you out of your comfort zone. They're influencing change within your behavior and, you know, helping you evolve to the best version of yourself so you can take that back into your humanity, into your community, and to be that who they see. Even you know, they might see something within you that you haven't even recognized within yourself yet. And I think that's where, like, I've had a lot of tests, and that's, I think they're really pushing me because I want something. It's like, come on, Ashley, step up to the plate. And sometimes Ashley has to take a break because she's way too hard on herself. Like, sorry, third person, but what I'm hearing Sasquatch. That's how I'm just perceiving what they're saying to me, right? So I have to sometimes pull back and allow integration and really just enjoy the moments too. I was talking about alcohol and smoking. Absolutely. I don't know. Oh, you get that. Okay, because I'm okay, Kim. China Productions, I mean. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, great. So, bunch of weirdos, right? How? What? You don't drink? You don't smoke? What? No, here you want some herbs, you want some medicinal mushrooms, you know, you want to get high on life, get high on nature. And I mean, that's how I connect. You know, and I'm not being disrespectful, and I don't want you guys to take this the wrong way, but I can get high off of being in nature and smelling like the trees, and eating the resin, nature's candy, and infusing myself with the berries. Like, that is a frequency of itself. And I believe that we have to eliminate all the toxicity to be able to feel those frequencies within ourselves when we're connecting, right? Because if we're drinking, that's just toxicity. And how are we going to experience, like, oh, I can eat this handful of juniper berries and this handful of raspberries, and whoa, I'm like electrified. Like, I'm feeling that electricity because those are such high, hello Logan, such high vibrational foods, right? And I can feel that because I try, you know, I work every day on being and you know, getting rid of the discordant energies by not the food and stuff like that, right? Just this vessel. And like I was talking to a friend the other day about self-worth. You know, I annoy people so much because I just won't stick some stuff in my body, and I can't do it. Like, even synthetic chemical perfume, like it hurts my lungs. I cannot have you in my vehicle if you smell like a perfume factory. Like, it hurts. And sometimes I go, damn, why did I do this to myself? Because it's hard to function out in a world that's full of this stuff. But then I go and I pull back and I go, but everyone I align with, it's like, that is like close to me, like that I allow in my close circle, it's pretty much on the same frequency that, you know, I have that understanding. So there is that as well. And sorry, I went on a rant, as I've been told I can do. I'm in the South. I think they behave differently here versus the ones out west. So yeah, I mean, and then again, now you're in the south of, like, I'm not sure where, Woody Will. We're in the south, so like west. So I'm Alberta. I've engaged from like Drayton Valley, Nordeg area, Sasquatch, down to the west, out into the Kootenays, into BC. Haven't went far. I'd like to try engaging in the ones out west on the west coast, like Harrison Hot Springs. That'd be fun to see what kind of energy. Again, it's intimidating when I don't want to do it alone, right? It's like southeastern US. Okay. Right. And you know, maybe that can be true. And then again, what kind of like climate are they living in? What type of people are in that environment? So I can see, you know, just like I think that's anywhere, even with us humans, right? Some cities are better than others. Some are more hostile. Some are more, you know, I don't know what other word to use, but like just different, different for sure. I agree with that. When you tell people you do not drink or smoke, they ask, "What do you do?" Like you must be addicted to something, right? And it's like, what's, why? Like, why must I be addicted to something? Yep, I'm addicted to, what's this right here? What's behind me? My water. I love my water, for sure. My Healy. That I'm addicted to my Healy. So show my Healy. That's my Healy. I love my Healy. It's spirituality meets science, and I love it. It's amazing. So those are, and again, but that's like all up leveling my frequency and the ability, you know. That clean feeling is such a freedom. Yeah. How do they behave in South Woody? In Maine, as far east us you go, as far north of us you can get. Ah, okay. Well, maybe again, I'm gonna have to just get my passport and start going out there. It's not like I don't have the ability to travel and go discover some of these areas, 'cause that would be fun for sure. And maybe not. Maybe they would be too scary, and I'd be like, "Why did I do this?" I'd really like to go up to the Yukon. It's the west coast of Canada. I would like to go to the east coast of Canada, up in, I guess, northern Ontario. Nia Bay would be nice. And then some other forests that I don't remember their names, because I've watched some other shows out there. Again, not enough quality TV on Sasquatch as I would like. Can only watch Discovering Bigfoot so many times and Les Stroud so many times. So, any recommendations I would highly, appreciate. Just with, and I guess I like boots on the ground. I like to be boots on the ground and go and discover Sasquatch and have interactions and experiences. I like to watch, like, my other favorite show, because I haven't had any Sasquatch material to watch, is and I'm not a watcher, is Dropped, but I just had to kind of disconnect and really digress with the learning and pushing Ashley so much and really integrate for the past month, and I took a liking to Dropped. But again, it's a wilderness show. They go in the middle of nowhere, and I would do that. Get my hunting license and go live off the land just for a TV show. That's wicked. That's such an awesome idea. I've learned so much about how to hunt when we don't have like the freezer, and stuff like that. Like, I love shows that I can learn to be or evolve in nature. If I want to know if all of a sudden Colorado, yes, I want to go to Colorado. I know people, include, that would be nice to be able to go and visit down there too and get that area. And that's easy. That's just kind of below us. Through Montana would be interesting too. Ash, come to Maine. Then when you go back home, you will have surpassed Todd. Oh yeah. Okay, I will. I would appreciate a tour of that for sure. That'd be fun, and I would definitely appreciate that. But what was I saying? What was I saying? Totally got distracted on what I was talking about. Anywho, was gifted a rock and a single footprint in the snow. That's right. I remember you mentioning that in that area when you were out, because Christmas time, a flash of beauty. But yeah. Oh, a flash of beauty as a TV show. Is that what you're talking about? Oh, we were talking about, right, hunting and dropped and stuff like that. Right, so anyways, Joe Mama, Washington State, go to a public park. Go to a public park. Okay, Washington State. I've heard a lot about Washington State. So, and again, that's probably easy to go down. Montana is really nice. I want to go to the Vortex. Oh, maybe one day we should just plan to meet and go to the Vortex. Um, I won't tell my daughter because then she'll be like, "Nope, I don't think so, Mom. You're not allowed." I enjoyed a few of those shows. A Flash of Beauty. Okay, I will look into that. Let's all meet at Vortex. Yes, let's do it. Let's all meet encounters. Join a few of those encounters. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to look into that. For sure. Yes. Anywho, guess I should get back to visiting. And thank you all for joining me. I do greatly appreciate your guys' company and your energy and creating a higher frequency so we can like anchor in a grid, right? Like a grid of awakening humanity. So thank you. I appreciate you all being here, and I will make it back next Thursday for sure. I might do sporadic lives here and there, depending if I have Wi-Fi as I go in and out of the forest, just to share, just to connect. My daughter's experience in Washington State is what started me on this journey. That's crazy. That's cool, Julie. It's awesome. Miner, always a pleasure, Ash. Yes, always a pleasure to all have you all here. And thank you again. We will see you next time. Stay safe. Many blessings. And you guys all take care. Yes.